Hey my loves! This is going to be a little bit of a different type of update. I'm going to include some of the pregnancy update stuff obviously, but it's also going to be just an overview of kind of what's been going on, because I know I talked to you guys that I had moved and then you really didn't hear from me about it, and I know a lot of you have been asking me questions about, you know, just decorating in general and what's been going on and how the move went and how's it going, you know, outside of just the pregnancy, but preparing for our baby and just like everything that's been going on. See this mark, right? Yeah. That is from putting laundry in the dryer. I don't know how you can actually injure yourself to the point of bleeding through two different band-aids, but I managed to do it. Only me. Only I would do this to myself. So, where to begin? So Chris and I moved about 2 months ago, I want to say. This is our first home that we've ever purchased, and it was, you know, a big, exciting time, and we got into this space, and we've only really lived in apartments before. So I had my apartment, and then I went and I lived in my in-laws' basement, and then I lived at home, and then we had the townhouse once we got married, and like we've lived in like relatively small spaces, so I've become very accustomed to like really downsizing and only purchasing what I needed, and you know, I didn't need a lot of stuff for the small amount of space that I had. But now that I have a home, I feel like I have all this space, and like I don't know what to do with it. I'm not saying this house is by any means a big house. I feel very fortunate for what we have purchased for ourselves. This isn't like, you know, throwing dollar bills down or anything. Now it's a time of figuring out how we want to set up and organize the house. So everything, and I'm telling you guys, I mean this, every single room in our house is unfinished or unfurnished in some way. So for example, the family room space, we have absolutely no furniture in there. We have, well, no, that's a lie. We have a TV that is sitting right now on a side table, because that's how we roll. And we have 2 bookshelves that I think Chris inherited from his family that don't match the wood at all. They're just kind of there because we brought them over from the other house. And a bunch of boxes. That is actually what we have. To put this all in perspective, Chris actually put out, you know, cushions from, we bought like a furniture set for outside on the deck, like a patio set, and had cushions for the chairs. And so Chris actually laid them out and lay down on them to watch Lord of the Rings. So I don't have anything to share with you guys at this point. Interior design and decorating is absolutely not my forte. I am good once I sort of get the ball rolling a little bit. Like I know what I like and I know what I don't like, and I have a vague understanding of what works and what doesn't. But making that initial plunge in to like a bare space is so scary for me, and so I've been relying a lot on, you know, magazines and my friends and my family, and just trying to source ideas as much as I possibly can. Pinterest has been huge for that. I don't know if you guys follow me on Pinterest, but if you do, you notice I post a lot of different stuff for different rooms. A couple of different spaces that we want to kind of get going and get finished, obviously, before the baby gets here, and that's the family room is one thing, the nursery sort of, but I'll get into that in a second, and then sort of my office space, which is also like, it's like a bunch of rooms in one. It's our office space, it's my filming space for YouTube, it's my makeup room, it's my closet, it's kind of got a ton of different purposes in here. So we're going out this weekend and we're going to pick up a bunch of stuff from IKEA to get that going, because I'm sitting on a chair in the middle of the room. There are boxes everywhere that you guys can't see, like actually everywhere. This room is a disaster. Anyway, that is all hopefully going to be under construction in the next couple of weeks, and I'm slowly going to be putting it together, so bear with me guys as the space changes over the next little while. Right now, upstairs we have the master bedroom, we have the office, and then we have the nursery. And the nursery right now is a guest room. And my initial thing was I was going to develop this big beautiful nursery and you know, put, you know, change tables and everything was going to go in there. And the more I kind of thought through it, I realized, well, baby's not going to be in that room at all, at least for the first couple of months. They're going to be in the room with Chris and I. And so, you know, I'm gonna have the bassinet in there, and there's no way I'm gonna get up, you know, 4 times, 5 times, 7 times, 12 times a night and bring baby into the nursery across the hall, not even across the hall, like down the hall, every time I need to change him or her. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So I was like, well, then the change table's gonna be in there, which means the, you know, glider is gonna be, or rocking horse or whatever, not rocking horse, rocking chair or whatever is gonna be in the room with us. So basically it's gonna be like a nursery / master bedroom for the first little while, is what I'm thinking it's actually gonna end up being. And so then I was like, oh, well, then we can just have the guest room as a guest room and have that space for when the moms want to come and visit / help me out in my desperate time of need. So now it's become this big task of figuring out, you know, what does baby absolutely need for the first 3 months that they're here in my arms. You know, like what do I absolutely need to purchase, and what is, you know, a good alternatives list. I like lists. I'm just like a list person. I have a bunch of different, you know, newborn must-haves lists that I've sourced from around the internet and books and things like that. And what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of go through them and figure out, you know, what makes the most sense for us, come up with a list, and then come up with what brands and what products we want to purchase for each of those categories, and then come up with an alternatives, because obviously newborns are not predictable, and it's very hard, if not impossible, to figure out exactly what they're looking for and what they like and what they don't like. So having, you know, this is what we think we're gonna need, and then having alternatives in case that doesn't work out, available, either purchased or easy and ready to go and purchase, I think is a smart move. I don't know, if you have any suggestions, let me know. That is kind of where we're at with the whole baby stuff / house stuff. The pregnancy, because I mean, obviously this is like, you know, my designated day for pregnancy updates. I have to say that this baby is so unbelievably active, and maybe it's just, you know, it's just taking on a lot of the stress that I have. So that stresses me out, that I'm stressing baby out, and baby's like kicking and moving around like a ton. Last night I probably slept about 3 hours, which I know, you know, it's gonna go down to about 0 when the baby actually arrives, but I mean, I was just exhausted and I couldn't fall asleep because baby's just kicking and 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 kicking, and I couldn't go to sleep, and it was just exhausting. And I like, there's nothing I can do. I tried walking around, I tried reading, I tried anything. So if you have any suggestions, like I don't ever think, like, I don't want baby to stop moving. I mean, movement is a sign of life and a sign that baby's healthy and all that stuff, and I don't want that to go away. Obviously, that's not what I'm trying to say, but just to sort of calm baby down a little bit. Maybe suggest that they go to sleep every once in a while. But other than that, I mean, just feeling the weight a little bit more and just feeling really tired a lot. That is pretty much it. I just feel very foggy, just kind of a little bit out of it, frazzled, all that stuff. Oh, and I will show you guys the bump, because I gotta do that every week, because I don't know, it's fun. It's fun seeing the progression of how the bump has changed over the last little while. This is the bump for what week are we on? I think we're on week 27. Interesting, because I feel like I'm carrying all of it in the front. I don't know if you guys can notice that, but like I don't look pregnant from the front that much. And then from the side, and I have the baby. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of get you guys up to date on what's going on and how I'm feeling and what's happening in our lives and all that stuff. I would love to eventually do some you know, videos showing you guys the process of how we're going to go about organizing and decorating the house and stuff. That will come eventually in the next couple of months, but I mean, I literally have nothing to show you at this point. So eventually I will get there and I will show you guys some cool stuff, hopefully. And yeah, I'm so tired. If there are any other videos that you guys want to see, any, you know, whether they're health and fitness stuff for my sister, or they're, you know, more real, just sitting down and talking with you guys type of videos, or Q&A videos, or pregnancy stuff, baby stuff, all that kind of thing. Let me know in the comments below if you have any requests for stuff. I hope you guys are having an amazing week so far, and yeah, I will talk to you all in my next video. Love you girls so much. Mwah.